Right, I just thought I'd do a quick update video. Apologies for the quality to start with. So I've my phone that I use has just had a Android whatever update, and it seems to have messed the camera up. And it's I don't know what it's doing. I need to unpick it and see what's going on. But I thought I'd do two things. One, update you on how the pellets reactor thing is going, and two, there's been a few questions, queries, etc. about the overflows that come with these tanks. And as you can see, bear in mind there's no kids, there's no background noise. This tank is completely silent. And what I've done, I've got the existing drain. Let me just take the cover off because that's in the way. I should have done that in advance. Sorry. So, what have I done? It's got the existing drain, as you can probably see, bear with me, at the back, and the water level is just above the drain inlet cone. Now, there's two reasons for that. One, I've upgraded my pump, and I upgraded that a few months ago. I ran originally a TMC 1500 on here, which has got a 1550 litres per hour flow, decent head, ran fine, but I had the opportunity to buy a Jabo 3000 DC pump, which is now down there, and the controller is literally on the second setting, so it's well below what it can do. And even then, I mean, there's no noise. There's a slight hum with the door open, with the door shut, can't hear it. So because that's more powerful, it has raised the level, and when I raised the level it did glug, as everyone's does. Now what I've done, hopefully you'll be able to see, if I get in, you can see this here. It's basically, it's slightly bigger than airline tube, and what I've done is I've cut one of these grates off, these circular grates that go between the two legs, cut one off and basically slid some airline tube down the drain. Now if I cover it, you can hear it start glugging. Uncover it, no problems. Now the tube is probably maybe 6-8 inches long. There's no maths involved, it was just something I had lying around, tried it, job done. And the other thing in there is just the thermometer probe. But that has sorted it out. Now as you can see, it's not obtrusive, you can't see it. You know, it's just above the water line with the cover on, you'd never know it was there really. And it's dead silent, no problems. Now, I've done nothing funky in the drain. It's got an inline tap, as you know, 90% of them do, and the drain is pretty much coming straight down. So you hear a lot of people, oh, I've put a bend in it, oh, I've had to put a loop in it, etc, etc. No, this goes straight down, that's wide open, that valve, and straight into the custom compartment that I've created under there with some filter floss and stuff in. So it's a fairly straightforward fix for me. It might not work for everyone, but it's worth looking at, I believe. So how are we getting on with our pellets? We are now, hold on a second, we're now up to 200 ml of pellets in there. The reactor is fairly full, as you can see, and the flow is running just over half, so about 55-ish%. Started off with 100. This is week 3 now, so I've put 50 ml in a week, and I'm skimming, as you can probably see, as you did a minute ago, it's skimming fairly wet. Now that's not through choice, that's just how the skimmer's reacted, so I've left it, and I've left it for a reason, because I don't want to fiddle with too much. I want to try and get a relatively decent test on these pellets. Now, two things I have noticed straight away. One, there's a definite increase in copepods on the glass. You can probably just see them, they've gone all blurry, sod's law, but there is definitely an increase of copepods on the glass, and that's since these pellets have been running. And secondly, if I look through the front down the side, bear in mind I clean this Saturday, normally, I mean it's Monday night now, so normally every 2 or 3 days you could see a skanky film start to build up, and that definitely now you can see starts of it, but that's a week down the line. But nothing in a few days like there used to be. So that's the two positives. Corals don't seem too bothered. Torch, relatively happy. My mushroom did salt for a little bit, but he was moved around and shifted about, so that doesn't surprise me. It's grumpy so and so anyway. Hammer coral, in the loosest sense of the term, because it's never looked like a real hammer. It's always looked a bit funky. No problems. And I can't even remember the name of it at the moment. It shows how bad a day I've had today. Again, no problems at all. The only thing I have done at the weekend is remove the other zoa that was sat in the middle, because I've had problems with nudibranch and the other one was pretty much past it, so I thought this one hopefully is going to be okay, although I'm manually having to remove stuff. So yeah, and these Bacto pellets seem to be going okay. Fish more than happy. Water, no ill effects, nothing at all really. It's pretty much, I've kept it as is feeding wise. Normal feeding regime, normal tank maintenance regime, and this is week 3, so I'm not really expecting anything else now for another 2 weeks or so, and hopefully I'll get a bit more information and we can start either building these pellets up or discounting them, because there's not a fat lot of information out there. Mr. Tang for the Tang Police is coming along lovely. He is coloured up really, really well. Wonderful addition. Appreciate Tang Police probably going to say, shouldn't be in a tank this small. You're probably right long term, but for the next 6 months or so he's fine. So I will do another update soon, and hopefully it's continued good success. I'll speak to you soon. Cheers.